Hey, good morning. This is Pastor Doug, and we're here with another interview this week. And this week I've got Kathy Anderson with us. And like a lot of people, when we get a camera up here, we've both just been talking about it's a little strange, but we want to be able to share with you. And so we're glad to be able to talk about things that are going on in the church. Now, Kathy, I was saying earlier, you've been in the church for a while, haven't you?
I have. I have. I don't know how many years exactly, but it's over 30, so longer than
Yeah.
you, Doug.
Yeah. So we were just kind of joking. It's probably a little dangerous to ask about ages or length, but Kathy's been a part of this church, like she said, longer than I have. And one of the things I've known about Kathy is that she's always had a desire to see the gospel spread. She was real involved with the youth for quite a while with Lee. You were like youth sponsors at one
Yeah,
point.
we were.
They've been very involved, raised their son up in the church here. And while you're raising him, you guys went on some mission trips with the youth, didn't you?
Well, we went on one major trip where
Yeah.
we took the kids in conjunction with Christ in Youth,
Mhm.
and Ben Parton, our youth pastor at the time, and I were the sponsors, and we took a group of, I believe it was 6 kids, including Kyle and
Yeah.
Evan, to Honduras, and it was a wonderful experience. I
Yeah.
mean, it was one of the best things I've done with those kids. I'm still very close to all of them.
Right.
So.
So one of the things, so just over the years, how would you say, or sort of judge our church a little bit on our support of missions and outreach of the gospel in other places?
I would say that is our support of missions is one of the best things that our church does. And as far back as I can remember, from when I first became a member of this church, we have always had a very strong missions committee, a very strong missions presence. Giving, as far as I know, has never been an issue. People are more than generous to give to missions, and I, I, I I think that's one of the wonderful things about our congregation.
Yeah. So in becoming a leader and actually becoming the missions MAC is our word for ministry area coordinator. It's kind of sometimes we just sort of like a super deacon. You're a servant and doing those kinds of things. What are some difficulties that you didn't expect in becoming the leader of missions?
Well, it's not it's not so much the missions that's been difficult. I'm not an accountant person, so
Hmm.
I have to have help with our books.
Right.
But it's never a problem with money. We always meet our commitments every
Mhm.
month, and I think our commitments to our 10 to 11 missions are around $2,700 a month, and that's never a problem meeting them. So I don't know if there are hardships. I enjoy doing it. I
Yeah.
enjoy
Yeah.
getting the correspondence from the missions.
Yeah, hardship's probably too strong of a word.
Yeah.
What I was trying to get to is that I know that one of the things that you struggle with, and the missions always struggle with, is how we get the information out from these missions, these 11, 12 missions, to the congregation so that you know who these missionaries are, what they're doing, how they're using the funds to progress the gospel and advance the gospel in other places. And so that was really sort of the issue that I was sort of thinking about in my mind when I say there's difficulties about, how do you go about engaging the congregation and knowing those things?
Right. Yeah, and now that you bring that up, I think that is kind of the struggle. Is I have a tendency, when we're planning an event, to get up in front of the congregation and do a short missions moment.
Hmm.
I don't always feel like I should be doing that all the time, getting up in front of the congregation. I think I need to be better at highlighting our missions in our newsletter,
Hmm.
because I think that's a really nice publication.
Yeah.
I know that we send out emails, but I know, like everybody else in the world, everybody gets lots of emails. So
We
do
do.
people read them? Um, I don't know. I think I know some members of our committee have brought up doing a table in the foyer and highlighting a mission
Hmm.
each month, and I haven't done that. So that's probably something I need to work on. But I do want the congregation to know that we get regular correspondence from these missions on a
Hmm.
monthly basis, sometimes more. And I keep all of that. And so my notebook is open for me to hand to anyone at any time for them to look at information if they want specific information about a
Right.
mission we support.
So, just to try to engage, if there's someone new that's watching, or even someone old, or maybe just someone who's not able to come and join us
Hmm.
right now, what would be one more step? They can give, they can pray. Would what
Hmm.
be another way for them to sort of engage in the mission support of our church?
Well, I think it would. I would say that almost all. I think we might have maybe one ministry that we support that doesn't have an online presence. But
Hmm.
I would encourage people to go on the various missions
Hmm.
websites and look and see what their statements are, what they do, and maybe find one that really touches your heart.
Yeah.
And that's the one that you really pray about, or you sign up for their newsletter, or you follow. I think it's hard to, stay abreast of 11 missions,
Yeah.
but we have quite a variety. So I think
Hmm.
there's enough out there that anybody could find something that would be
And you
in
can
their area of interest.
Yeah, if you're wondering about those missions, you can find them on our website, which is lachristian.org. And there's a tab at the top that says missions. And if you click that, it'll list all the missions and it'll have a link to their website. So you can find them that way to start your exploring of these different
Yeah,
missions.
I think that'd be great. I'd like to also say, I always encourage people, I am more than welcome to talk to anybody and help them navigate any of our missions.
Yeah.
If they call me, email me, text me, I'm more than happy to,
Okay.
to
Kathy's
provide
listed in the church
information.
directory, or you can contact the church. We'll make sure you get contacted with her so she could answer your questions. You can also ask me as the pastor. I'm very involved in our mission work as well. And so we're excited about that. And so,
And I'd like to also say that when we do have in-person meetings, which I think we're going to do now. We've been
Mhm.
doing a lot of stuff by email, but I will try and publish those so that the congregation knows. And anyone is welcome to come in and sit in. And just because you sit in doesn't mean that you have to be on the committee and we'll automatically give you a job. You're more than welcome just to come in and hear the discussion and see what it is we do.
yeah. So these are always open meetings for all of our mission areas. And so we do encourage you to get involved as you can that way.
Mhm.
There are also ways in missions that sometimes just learning what someone else is doing in another place. And we've been fortunate this year to have several of our missions come and join us. We had Haitian Christian Mission come in this
Mhm.
fall. We had Dallas Christian College that came and had a special
Right.
Sunday. We had one for the Hula Ministry, which is not
Yes.
one we regularly support, but we support them once a year because we have a Hula
Mhm.
Sunday. And coming up in February, we have Cowboy Up Ministries are going to be coming and
Yes.
having a Sunday with us.
Yes.
And so we're trying to figure out how to do that one, especially with all the concerns about being together. But we want you to be involved in that, and you are, and you're giving and prayers of helping start cowboy churches as well.
Definitely.
And we also had Perry Step come.
Yes.
It was a new mission that we started this year, I should say.
Yes.
In Croatia, in a Bible college that's there that is training ministers to start churches. And so it's been pretty exciting about those
It's been
things.
exciting. Yeah, it's I love doing it because it is a very exciting ministry to see what people are doing to further God's word around the world, and even in the U.S. we support many U.S. based missions. So I don't know. I love doing it.
Yeah, that's good. And you're also even on the board of one of our missions. You've been over to Haiti a number of times and supporting
Yeah.
the Haitian Christian
Yeah.
Mission. Anything in particular that mission that's going on that is sort of just off the top? Said, man, because I keep hearing about all the troubles they're having in Haiti, and we're not able to send anyone from our church over there right
Right.
now. Is there anything particular for that mission that we could be doing as a church?
Well, they just need so much prayer. I mean, the political situation, the unrest in Haiti, coupled with earthquakes, hurricanes, all of that kind of stuff is just horrendous. So they really need prayers. It's kind of a mess over there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but they're faithfully in spreading the gospel, even in a messy situation. And even though we're not getting to go, and I kind of miss that,
Right.
I draw a lot of encouragement from seeing them in situations where I'm just going like, that is so much more difficult than what we're facing.
Exactly.
And I'm seeing them find ways to advance the gospel. And it makes me sort of say, how can we be better about that around here?
Exactly.
In my definition, one about the only differences between what a mission is and what a church is that we're doing mission here and they're doing mission there.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, it is. It's a huge encouragement to see that even in the midst of the chaos in their country, Haitian Christian Mission is still having a huge impact.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. We should be the same here in Los Alamos.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for coming and visiting with us.
Sure.
Hope you guys have enjoyed our interview for the week. And we just ask that God is blessing you and, hey, that you can maybe figure out how to be a missionary here in Los Alamos. That's our ultimate goal for us to share the good things that God has given to us with those who need it just as much as we do. God bless, and we'll talk to you next week. This is Pastor Doug. I'm going to say I'm signing out. And Kathy,
I'm signing out.
There we go. We'll talk to you this coming week. God bless.